Done.
Okay. So, good evening, friends. Myself, Raviraj Surve, and I am from Let's Learn team. And today I am going to take the group mock interview on the topic. The topic name is VCRS system. Okay. So, let's get started. So, Ajinkya, is there Ajinkya?
थोड़ा सा पंखे स्पीड कमी कर बरं मम्मी.
Ajinkya, can you hear me? Yes, Ajinkya.
He has mic problem.
Okay, okay, no problem. Okay. Abhishek,
Yeah,
yes, please, you can turn on your camera and
yeah,
mic. Yes. So, Abhishek, are you ready?
yeah.
Okay. So, can you tell me what is a VCRS?
So VCRS is a vapor compression refrigeration system. It is a
Okay.
cycle that is used for getting refrigerant effect in air conditioning or refrigeration.
Okay. And can you tell me what are the stages of the VCRS system? What are the
So
different
there are
stages?
four stages in a
मम्मी
VCRS system. So first one is
स्पीड कमी करना फॅन ची थोडी.
isentropic compression in the compressor. Then
Okay.
there is isobaric heat rejection in the condenser. Then there is isen then there is expansion in thermostatic expansion valve,
हम्म.
and there is the isobaric evaporation in evaporator.
Isobaric evaporation. Evaporator.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay. So, can you tell me what are the main components of VCRS system?
So the main components of PCI system are compressor, condenser, thermostatic expansion valve, and evaporator. And except that, we have a dryer. Then we have a sensing bulb and gauges, the pressure gauges in suction side and discharge side, and a capillary tube connecting the sensing bulb and thermostatic expansion valve.
Okay. Okay. So, can you tell me what is the function of sensing bulb?
So sensing bulb is used for ensuring that the vapor coming from the evaporator is in the vapor phase. So the refrigerant coming from the evaporator should be in vapor phase. So the sensing bulb guides the thermostatic expansion valve or the amount of the orifice size of the thermostatic expansion valve, so that the refrigerant coming from the evaporator should be in vapor phase.
Okay. Okay. ठीक है. Thank you, Abhishek.
Thanks.
Okay. Yes, Avin.
Yes, brother.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Avin, can you tell me how is the different temperature maintained in freezer department and vegetable compartment?
Uh, is it the temperature?
Yes, different temperature. How does the different temperature maintain in a freezer department and vegetable compartment? How is achieve a different temperature?
I don't know, brother, about that.
Okay, okay, okay. No problem. So, can you tell me what are the different stages in VCRS system?
Yeah, there are four stages in VCR system. That is compression and condensation and
Okay,
expansion and evaporation. So what happens is compression is the low pressure, low temperature refrigerant enters the air compressor, and in the air compressor, isentropic compression takes place, wherein the entropy remains constant and compression takes place. As a result, the refrigerant coming out from the air compressor is high pressure, high temperature, superheated vapor. And this
Hello.
condenser, this
Yes, yes.
enters,
Continue. Avin, continue.
yeah. This enters the condenser, and here in the condenser, the refrigerant undergoes condensation. As the condenser word itself says that it undergoes condensation, and the process here takes place in the form of isobaric heat rejection or isobaric condensation, wherein the pressure remains constant throughout the process, but the temperature slightly goes down, because as the refrigerant enters the condenser, it is in the form of superheated vapor. But for the within the condenser, the refrigerant will go from vapor state to liquid state. But for the refrigerant to go to vapor state to liquid state, for that the vapor should first come from superheated vapor form to saturated vapor form. Only from that saturated vapor form it can go to saturated liquid form. So the process in which it comes from superheated to saturated vapor form, the temperature goes from T1 to T1 dash. So that is the slight. That is the reason which is due to which the temperature goes down. And from here, the refrigerant is in the form of vapor, and it is high in pressure and temperature. This goes through the dryer, wherein through the silica gel, the moisture present in the refrigerant is removed out, so that it doesn't affect in efficiency of the evaporator coil. Because if there is moisture in the refrigerant, frosting is taken place in the evaporator coils, and it will act as an insulator, and it will not have higher efficiency. So from here, the refrigerant which is in high pressure and high temperature goes through the thermostatic expansion valve. Here the process taking place is called as isenthalpic expansion. So thermostatic expansion valve is basically an orifice wherein the expansion takes place in higher volume. So here the phase change takes place of 20% of the refrigerant into the vapor, and 80% remains in the liquid form only. And from here the refrigerant goes towards the evaporator, wherein the actual transfer of heat takes place within the surrounding and the refrigerant. So in evaporator, the process taking place is isobaric heat absorption, wherein the surrounding heat is absorbed by the vapor, and the vapor changes phase from vapor to liquid phase. And here the change of phase takes place within the 3 by 4th area of the evaporator coil only, so that a superheating of 5 degree to 8 degree can be maintained, and this will lead to no uh, liquid form of vapor refrigerant entering the compressor. Okay. And after this, the refrigerant will go through the sensing bulb. This sensing bulb is connected to the thermostatic expansion wall through a capillary tube. And this, the main function of sensing bulb is to send inputs to the thermostatic expansion valve, which is basically a throttling valve to expand drink according to the need of the surrounding. If the temperature is what we need is 22 degree, and the temperature in the surrounding is already 22 degree, then we don't need any in the higher pressure refrigerant in the evaporator coil. We only or small amount of refrigerant in the evaporator coil. So that is the function of sensing bulb.
Okay.
Uh, the from there the pressure and temperature is lowered, and the same cycle will be.
Yes, okay. You explain in a very whole way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Avin, you said in condenser the temperature slightly reduces, right?
Yeah.
So why their temperature slightly reduces? What is the main reason behind that? Just still in a one or two words. What is the main reason?
Yeah, because the superheated vapor, which is coming from the air compressor, that will not directly go into the saturated liquid form. It will have to come to the saturated vapor form and then go to the saturated liquid form because of that saturation dome. So
Okay.
that process the
Okay.
reduced.
So the keyword is that because of the phase change.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So because of the phase change, the temperature of the refrigerant will slightly reduces. So that is the main reason. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Avi. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. M. Harish.
Yes, bro.
Yes. Please turn on your camera.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, you're not visible properly. Please adjust your camera.
Hello. Before that, is am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Ajinkya. After
Okay.
Harish,
Okay. Okay.
I will ask you a question. Okay.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Bro, I
Okay.
facing some network problem. I
Okay.
think
Okay.
so.
No problem. You are visible, Harish, bro, but your camera setting is not okay.
Now it's okay.
Okay. No problem.
Just your face is not visible. Your lower body is visible. Ah, yes. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So Harish,
Yes,
yes. So can you tell me what is the working of VCRS system? Can you explain the working
yes,
of VCRS system? Yes.
yes. Mm, Vapor compression refrigeration system is a thermodynamics process that produce cooling effect uh, in system, and uh, the refrigerant is used as a working fluid that circulated in a system. Basically, it
Okay.
involves four stages with major four components are compressor, condenser, thermostatic expansion valve, evaporator, and dryer sensing bulb. The cycle begin with the compressor, where low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant and compressed uh, compressed isentropically and increases its temperature and get converted into high pressure, high temperature superheated vapor refrigerant. And after that, the super refrigerant enter into condenser. In condenser, um, through the isobaric process at constant pressure, and it get converted into high pressure, slightly low temperature uh, liquid refrigerant. Further, it enters into dryer, where the excess amount of moisture is absorbed. Dry In dryer, the silica gel is presented, and it's work like a absorbent. And high pressure, slightly low temperature enters into thermostatic expansion valve. It is just like a orifice, and it is a throttling. Um, it is a throttling process of transfer the refrigerant. Mm, Suddenly, and the suddenly pressure drop take place. After that, the refrigerant enters. No, suddenly pressure drop take place, and it's converted into liquid plus vapor refrigerant. Around 20% vapor is present, and 80% is liquid. Further, the liquid plus vapor refrigerant enter into evaporator coil, and the heat is absorbed through the evaporator coil. Further, the it converted into vapor total vapor refrigerant. Then the
Low pressure,
sensing
low
bulb.
temperature. Okay. Low pressure,
Uh,
low temperature saturated vapor refrigerant.
then the sensing bulb is used to ensure that the refrigerant coming from evaporator coil, it is forming vapor condition, and hence the cycle is continue. That's all.
Okay. Okay. So can you tell me what are the safeties we use in refrigeration system?
Yes, low pressure cut-in cutout, high pressure
Okay,
cutout, and
okay,
low pressure lube oil cutout,
okay,
then oil heater and relief valve.
okay, okay,
That's all.
okay, Harish. Good, good. Okay, thank you, Harish.
Okay, bro. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Yes, Ajinkya.
Hmm.
Yes, bro. Am I audible?
Oh, yes. Is I am audible?
Yes, yes. Okay, are you ready, bro?
Yes.
Okay. So can you tell me what are the main components of the VCRS system?
The VCRS system is basically vapor compression refrigeration system, which mainly consists of the compressor, condenser, a thermostatic expansion valve, and evaporator, along which we use some safety devices like low pressure cut-in cutout, high pressure cut-in cutout, etc., and some devices like sensing bulb and suction pressure gauge, discharge pressure gauge, etc.
Okay, okay. So I'm basically ask the main four components of the VCRS system.
Is okay. There is a compressor, there is a condenser, there is a thermostatic expansion valve, and there is a evaporator.
Okay, 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 Ajinkya. So can you tell me what is the function of sensing bulb?
The basically sensing bulb consists of same refrigerant that we are using for the cooling effect, and it is connected to the thermostatic expansion valve via
Tube.
capillarity
Capillary tube.
capillary a capillary tube. Exactly. It is mainly used to control the flow of the refrigerant and giving signal to the thermostatic expansion valve. Like if the evaporator having what you can say, it is evenly cooled. Like we need of minus 14-degree temperature, and it is already minus 14 degree. So the signal is go through the capillarity tube to thermostatic expansion valve to reduce its area, and if we require higher cooling effect, the area of the that orifice or thermostatic expansion valve will increase. So basically, it is used for controlling the flow through thermostatic expansion valve.
Okay, okay, Ajinkya. So can you tell me which types of refrigerant we use nowadays?
Uh, Nowadays, we use R134 refrigerant on a ship, which is a tetrafluoroethane.
R134.
R134A.
Yes, R134A.
R134A. Sorry.
Okay, okay, Ajinkya. So can you tell me the properties of the refrigerant? What are the properties? Different properties, you know?
Basically the properties of refrigerant it having low what is it should be low flammable. It should give high refrigerating effect. It should be good compressed or well compressed, we can say. Also, it does not corrode the components,
Yes, non-corrosive.
and a non-corrosive, a non-explosive also. That much I'm recalling.
Okay, okay, Ajinkya. Okay, Ajinkya. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a minute. Okay. So Dinesh,
Hello, sir.
Dinesh,
Hello, sir. Yeah.
yes, are you ready? Yes, please. Am I
Yeah,
audible?
yes, sir. You're audible.
Okay. Okay, Dinesh. Uh, do you know how the different temperature maintain in freezer compartment and vegetable compartment? How we achieve the temperature in the
Uh,
both compartments?
we can use
we can use two different systems for that with a solenoid valve, which can control the amount of flow with the different compartment. Like if we have a refrigerator, we require lesser temperature as compared to the ones where we use in accommodation. So there will be the solenoid valve will control the amount of refrigerant flow in the system. So according to that, we can control the temperatures.
Are you sure about this answer?
Uh,
Okay, no problem. So can you tell me what are the main components of VCRS system?
the main components of VCR system are compressor, condenser, expansion device, and evaporator, along with a dryer,
Evaporate,
which is
dryer and sensing bulb. That's all. Okay, so don't forget the sensing bulb. It is the main
sensible.
component. So
I consider it.
okay, okay.
Thank you.
Uh, so yes, Dinesh, do you know why freezing takes place in evaporator coil? What is the reason behind that?
Freezing will usually take when the water enters the when there is moisture in the refrigerant. Usually it's because of there's a insulation sort of created at the evaporator coils, which affects the cooling of the space.
Okay, okay. So Dinesh, can you tell me the function of sensing bulb, how it's work?
Functional sensing bulb. Sensing
Yes.
bulb usually consists of the refrigerant which flows into the system. So it has the same refrigerant. So whenever the refrigerant flows to the evaporator, at the end there is a sensing bulb located. So as the if the temperature is reached, so and if the refrigerant is totally converting into vapor, the refrigerant into the sensing bulb will also convert into vapor, and that will enter through the capillary tube to the thermostatic expansion device. So it will affect the size of the orifice in the thermostatic expansion valve. So thermostatic expansion valve usually controls the flow of refrigerant into the system. So if the uh, as the vapor enters the thermostatic expansion device, it will shrink the size of the orifice, and it will control the flow, and it will allow less refrigerant to enter the system into the evaporator. So hence the cooling effect is the desired effect is achieved.
Okay. So the last question for you, Dinesh. Can you tell me the properties of refrigerant?
The the most ideal refrigerant should have properties like it should have high latent heat of evaporation than low specific volume. Other than that, we should have it should not be flammable, it should be non-toxic and odorless. Also, it should be recoverable easily, can be reused again and again. And yes, I would,
Okay, that's it. Okay, thank you, Dinesh.
thank you, sir.
Okay, so Arup, yes, Arup,
Yes, yes,
yes, am I audible?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, Arup, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So Arup, can you tell me what are the stages of refrigeration system? What are the main stages?
Basically, in the refrigeration system, there are four stages. First is isentropic compression, and second is isobaric condensation or heat rejection.
Okay,
Third one is isentropic expansion, and fourth one is isobaric heat absorption or evaporation.
okay. So can you tell me name of the safeties which are we use in refrigeration system?
The name of the safety that we use in VCR system is low pressure cut in cut out, high pressure cut out, is one relief valve and oil heater. That's all.
Okay. So Arup, yes. Do you know the why? temperature is slightly reduces in the condenser when our refrigerant passes through the condenser. Why is temperature slightly reduces? What is the reason behind that?
Because after the compressor, refrigerant enters to the saturated vapor dome, and then it enters to the liquid dome. Basically, it changes its phase, so temperature is slightly lesser.
Okay, absolutely right. Okay, so Arup, do you know why freezing takes place in evaporator coil? What is the reason behind that? Why freezing takes place?
No, actually, I can't recall this.
Okay, no problem, Arup. So last question is that can you tell me what are the main components of ECRS system?
DCRS contains mainly four components. First one is compressor, condenser, thermostatic expansion valve, and evaporator. Along with that, sensing valve and a dryer is present in DCRS system.
Okay, okay, Arup. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, next one is Vishal. Vishal is there.
Yes,
Yes, Vishal. You can turn on your camera. Yes, Vishal.
yes, bro.
Can you tell me the working of the VCRS system? How it's work?
Yes, actually, it is divided into four stages:
Yes.
compressor, condenser, thermostatic expansion valve, and evaporator. So when
Okay.
the low pressure and low temperature uh, vapor refrigerant enters into the compressor, it compresses and converts it into the superheated vapor refrigerant, and it comes out from the discharge side. Later, it enters into the condenser where it changes its vapor from superheated vapor refrigerant to the liquid refrigerant, and in here the pressure remains constant but the temperature slightly decreases, and later it enters into the dryer in which the moisture from the refrigerant will be absorbed by the silica gel, and it later goes into the thermostatic expansion valve. In the thermostatic expansion valve, due to the uh, pre, sudden increase in the pressure, the sudden increase in the volume, the pressure and the temperature drops drastically. This the Now the low pressure and low temperature vapor liquid refrigerant goes into the uh, evaporator where the refrigeration effects takes place, and in here the heat rejection the heat uh, the refrigerant will absorb the heat from the surroundings, and it will change its phase from liquid vapor refrigerant to vapor refrigerant, and this cycle continues.
Okay. So that is the working of the VCRS system.
Yes.
So can you tell me what are the safeties we use in VCRS system?
uh, First one is low pressure cutout, which is used it is used when the pressure required for the refrigeration effect. If we don't need any refrigeration effect, so at that time the low pressure cutoff will cut off the compressor, and then high pressure cutoff. In here, the it cut off the compressor when there is a high pressure inside the compression, and another one is relief valve. It uh, it uh, it releases the high pressure coming from the compressor side, and we have a oil heater which heats the oil where to prevent from the frosting or
Yes.
cool cooling of the oil. And also we
Okay.
have low pressure blue boil pressure cutoff.
Low boil pressure cutout.
Yes, so it is used when there is less lubrication inside the compression chamber.
Okay, Vishal. So can you tell me which types of refrigerant nowadays we use?
Now, now we use HFCs, which are 134A, and but before we were using CFCs and HCFCs, but now it has been banned due to the presence of chlorine in it.
Fluoride. Yes. Okay, yes. Vishal, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes. Sujit.
Hello, sir.
Yes, bro.
Sorry. Sujit. Sunil. I will ask you after this question. Yes, Sujit.
Okay, bro.
Sujit. Please turn on your camera.
Visible, bro?
Yes, you are visible. So Sujit, can you tell me what is the refrigeration system?
Basically, bro, refrigerant system means vapor refrigerant system. What I have to tell.
Yes. Just tell me what is the meaning of VCRS? What is the refrigeration
Okay.
system?
Bro, VCRS basically means vapor compression refrigerant cycle, and it is one of the thermodynamic process which will produces the cooling effect or refrigerant effect.
Okay. And which types of refrigerant we use nowadays?
Nowadays we are using R134A, that is the tetrafluoroethane. Mostly we are using nowadays.
No. Yes. Okay. So Sujit,
Yes.
can you tell me how does the different temperature maintain in freezer compartment and vegetable compartment?
So basically, bro, the different temperature is measured by using single compressor only, which is
Yes.
known as dual cooling system. And this
Yes.
dual cooling system consists of two different circuits, where one circuit will cool the vegetable refreshment and other will cool the freezer refreshment, that compartment.
That's it. Okay. So can you tell me the different properties of refrigerant?
So basically, the different properties of the refrigerants are low pressure, low boiling pressure, uh, high latent heat of vaporization. It should be non-toxic. It should be a non-variable, and it should be a non-consumable. These are the
Okay.
some of the properties of refrigerant.
Okay. Okay. So Sujit, last question for you. Can you tell me the working of sensing bulb? How it's work?
Okay, basically the main function of the sensing bulb is to sense the temperature of the refrigerant.
Yes.
When and it basically when the refrigerant from the evaporator enters into the compressor, and if that refrigerant is of liquid refrigerant, then it may means the compressor may get damaged. So this sensing bulb basically is used. It will sense that the refrigerant coming from the evaporator is only a vapor refrigerant, so that it will not damage the compressor. And if suppose the liquid refrigerant comes, and the sensing bulb will sense that liquid refrigerant, and it will immediately send the signal to the thermostatic expansion valve with the help of the capillary tube, and then suddenly thermostatic expansion will valve expand the more amount of the refrigerant. This is the
Uh,
basic working of the sensing
okay.
bulb.
So if just you said if more amount of refrigerant enter into the sensing bulb or more cooling effect producing sensing bulb sense, then he will send the signal to the evaporator.
With the help of capillary tube. If the liquid refrigerant is coming from the evaporator,
Then he send the signal to the thermostatic
uh,
expansion.
thermostatic expansion.
Then what will happen?
Then
Uh,
the thermostatic expansion wall will expand, and it will produce a more refrigerant.
if there is a liquid refrigerant, then it will expand or constrict.
Constrict gases. If it is liquid, then it will constrict.
Yes. Okay. That's it. Okay, Sujit. Thank you.
Okay, bro. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Sunil.
Yeah. Hello, bro.
Sunil, are you ready?
Yeah, brother.
Okay, Sunil. Can you tell me what are the main four stages of VCRS system?
The main flow stages are condenser, compressor, and evaporator, and expansion valve. So these are the four major components used in BCRS.
Okay. I asked you what are the main four stages,
Four
not
stages.
component. Yes.
Okay, okay. So the four stages starts with the compressor, right?
Okay.
So the process starts from compressor. When the vapor refrigerant enter to the compressor, uh, it when it enters the compressor, it is low, like it is low in pressure and low in temperature. When it compressed, then it happen then it convert into high in pressure and high in temperature. So after that it enter to the condenser. The condenser is yeah when it when it a- like after the process, when the liquid, the vapor the vapor liquid
Refrigerant. Yes.
refrigerant, it will convert into the liquid form. So after the liquid, it enters to the expansion valve. So in a expansion valve, due to the expand sudden like
Throttling
sudden
process. Yes.
expansion,
Due to
yeah,
the throttling process,
sudden process, so it will happen like the
get ex- get
yeah,
expand and converted into
into the mixture of vapor and refrigerant, vapor and
liquid
liquid.
refrigerant. Liquid refrigerant.
Yeah. So
Okay.
after the process, it will enter to the evaporator.
Yes.
In evaporator, uh, evaporator that in evaporator that heat
They
will absorb
absorb heat,
absorb the
absorb surrounded area,
yeah,
and it get converted into the
yeah, yeah, convert
okay
into the
low pressure, low temperature, saturated vapor refrigerant.
yeah, yeah. So I'm a
Okay.
little bit
No problem. No problem. Yes, Sunil.
so I'm
Can
nervous.
you tell me? Yes, yes, no problem. So Sujit, Sunil, can you tell me which types of refrigerant do we use nowadays?
So the main are R three three four A three two
R134A.
four three four A and R22 and R 32 kind of.
Okay, no, no. Nowadays we use R134A,
Okay, okay,
tetrafluoroethane. Okay,
okay.
so that's it. Thank you, Sunil.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yes, Saket.
I was confused.
Yes, bro.
Yes, Saket. Are you ready?
Yes.
So Saket, can you tell me what are the main four stages of PCRS system?
Main four stages.
Yes.
Main four stages are compression, condensation, expansion, and evaporation takes place in
Yes.
evaporator.
Okay. It is like that. Isentropic compression, isobaric
Okay,
condensation.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So these are the main stages of the PCRS
yes,
system. Okay. Okay. So Saket, can you tell me why temperature is slightly decrease in condenser when our refrigerant passes through the condenser? What is the
uh,
reason behind that?
the reason behind is that is in, when refrigerant, when it is leaving from the compressor, it is in superheated form, and when it is into the when it enters into the condenser, its phase changes, and it comes to saturated vapor, actually saturated vapor. So that's why at the exit of condenser, there is slight change in temperature because of phase change.
Okay. Okay, Sujit. So can you tell me all the working of the sensing bulb, how it's work?
Okay, basically sensing bulb senses the temperature of the refrigerant, which comes from the uh, exit of evaporator. If sensing bulb senses the liquid refrigerant, liquid refrigerant coming out from the evaporator, then sensing bulb will send the signal to the thermostatic expansion valve via capillary tube, and it will send a signal that send to thermostatic expansion valve that it should shrink now, because more amount of liquid refrigerant uh, is into the evaporator. And if superheated vapor refrigerant is state of refrigerant is sensed by sensing bulb, then it will send a signal to thermostatic expansion valve that to expand more and send more amount of refrigerant into the evaporator.
Okay, that is the working. Okay. So can you tell me the different properties of refrigerant?
Yes, different properties of refrigerant are as it should be should not be flammable. It should be cheap also, and it should have high latent heat of vaporization. It should be miscible with oil, uh, and it should be non-explosive. That's it.
Okay. Can you tell me which types of refrigerant we use nowadays?
Nowadays we use refrigerant R134A, which is tetrafluoroethane.
Okay. So thank you, Saket.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Last one is Bhange Patil.
Yes,
Okay.
I am
Are you
the
ready?
Ashwin.
Yes, yes, Ashwin. Yes, yes. After that, I will ask you. Okay. Yes,
Okay.
Bhange Patil. Are you ready?
yes.
Yes. Can you tell me what are the main components of VCRS system?
There are four main components: compressor, condenser, thermostatic expansion valve, and evaporator, along with dryer, sensing bulb.
Okay. And what are the main stages of VCRS system?
There are four stages. First is isotropic compression at constant temperature. Process to 1 to 2 to 3. Isobaric heat rejection process at constant pressure. Isenthalpic expansion process. And fourth one is isobaric heat absorption process.
Okay. So can you tell me which types of different safeties we use in refrigeration system? Name of the safeties.
Low, low pressure cut in cut out, high pressure cut in cut out, low loop oil pressure cut out, a relief valve, and oil heater.
Oil heater. Right. Okay. Can you tell me the working of sensing bulb? How it's work?
It ensures the vapor enters into the evaporator. It should only in vapor form. It uh, it enters in superheated to superheated sensing bulb. Send the signals to thermostatic expansion valve, and more amount of refrigerant flows.
Okay. And what are the different properties of refrigerant?
Non-corrosive, non-flammable, low boiling point, odorless, non-toxic.
Okay. So that's it. Okay. Thank you, Bangepati. Okay. Yes, Avin. Sorry, Ashwin.
Yes, bro.
Yes, are you ready, bro?
Yes, bro.
Okay. So Ashwin, bro, can you explain the safeties of VCRS system? How it's work? Just
How is work?
explain four safeties. Just explain four safeties. Okay.
Okay. There are actually 5 to 6 safeties. First one is low pressure cutting cutout, high pressure cutout, relief valve, oil heater, um, low loop pressure cutout, solenoid valve. Uh,
That's it.
that's it. Low pressure cutting cutout is done whenever the low pressure cutting is done when the pressure is too low, after which is too low of the vapor efficient is coming from evaporator, and whenever the pressure change comes, it will automatically turn on the pressure. So that's why we use cutting. In pressure high pressure cutout, it will when there is any high pressure, it will just turn off the pressure, but we have to manually turn on if you want that pressure to, cycle to continue. And relief valve is fitted at the after discharge side of the compressor. If whenever the pressure is exerted more, it will release the pressure inside the uh, pressure of the refrigerant. And lube oil lube oil pressure cutter is whenever the piston whenever the pressure inside whenever the there is any low lube oil inside the piston inside the compressor, we use there whenever it gets low. Yeah.
Okay, so these are the safeties. Okay. Okay. So Ashwin, can you tell me how does the different temperature maintain in freezer compartment and vegetable compartment? How it's achieved by using single compressor?
We use single compressor, but this single compressor is connected to two circuits. One is for freezer and another is for vegetable compartment. In freezer, we set the temperature as -18 to -20 approximately. For vegetable, we use it for approximately 4 degrees Celsius for the refrigerant 134A.
Okay, so we achieve by using two different evaporator coils, right?
Yes.
We use there only one compressor, but we use two evaporator coils for the freezer compartment and vegetable compartment.
Yes.
Okay, and there is also temperature setting.
Yes, sir.
Which maintain the different temperature in a freezer compartment and vegetable compartment. Okay. So last one is that can you tell me the properties of refrigerant?
It should have low boiling point. It should have high vapor high it should have high critical temperature, non-toxic, non-flammable, non-explosive, non-corrosive, low specific heat, low specific volume. It should mix well with oil. It should be liquefied when at moderate temperature and pressure, and high heat of high vaporization, something high latent heat of vaporization. That too.
Okay, Ravindra. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so all of you, you can switch on your camera, no problem. Yes, Roop. I think you covered very well VCRS portion, but you have to work more on your VCRS system. Okay. So no problem. We will arrange another session. Tomorrow we will again meet on the same topic. Okay, VCRS system.
Okay.
Okay. So prepare very well. Okay, and keep practicing.
What are your question? Can I ask you?
Okay.